Throughout the length of its development history, though not the birthplace of football, Brazil has always been considered one of the leading nations in producing the most famous stars in the football world, or at least the most captivating soccer artists that fans adore. It must be said that, despite varying strengths at different times, Brazil has never lacked iconic figures who can carry the pride of its people. From immortal legends like the football king Pelé, Zico, and the enigmatic Garrincha, to the generation of extraterrestrial Ronaldo de Lima, the sorcerer Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, the angel Kaká, and later Neymar. Before diving into the video, please take 3 seconds to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It will help the team create more motivated and higher quality videos. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to follow and stay updated on many exciting football stories. Although the dream of lifting the World Cup trophy for the 6th time has eluded them for the past 2 decades, realistically, Brazil still maintains its position as one of the top contenders for championship titles in any tournament it participates in, thanks to the array of stars in its lineup. However, after the bitter disappointment at the 2022 World Cup, or more precisely, since the beginning of this season, the strength of the Brazilian national team is facing a big question mark. Recently, their tumultuous October FIFA day ended with a string of 2 winless matches against Venezuela and Uruguay, dropping them to 3rd place in the South American qualifying standings for the 2026 World Cup. Additionally, they lost the long-term services of Maestro Neymar, who has always been the team's leader for many years. Some even boldly claim that the current Brazilian squad is becoming the weakest version in history. Not only are there issues with the squad's quantity, but even interim coach Fernando Diniz has not left a notable mark. Diniz is a coach with few accolades, and he has never stepped onto the high-level continental stages. In reality, he is not expected to hold this position for long. Therefore, he is seen as a temporary solution while the team awaits more prominent figures, such as Carlo Ancelotti. The doubts surrounding Brazil's current coach are not unfounded, especially when previous local coaches like Carlos Dunga, Luiz Felipe Scolari, and most recently Tite often left fans disappointed. From a professional standpoint, Fernando Diniz has managed to attract attention due to his pursuit of modern football philosophy, consistently requiring his players to actively develop the game and organize attacks from the backline. However, his biggest challenge is leading a dressing room filled with many stars. If the managerial position is unstable, then the concerns about the current squad's strength for Brazil are magnified. In this training camp, Coach Diniz did not have the optimal choices. Specifically, in the goalkeeper position, Ederson of Man City is the latest case to withdraw due to injury, following Neymar, Casemiro, Danilo, and Richarlison. Among the 23 players called up, 7 come from Brazilian domestic league teams, or even some players whose names football fans are hearing for the first time. A Twitter account dedicated to updating information related to Selecao has just revealed its lineup in a recent training session. Simultaneously, this account asserts that these could very well be the 11 names starting in the match against Colombia. Specifically, in goal, Alisson Becker remains the #1 goalkeeper. The defensive quartet in front of him consists of Renan Lodi, Gabriel Magalhães, Marquinhos, and Emerson Royal. In the midfield, Bruno Guimaraes will be paired with Andreas, a star attracting the attention of many top English clubs. Vinicius Jr. and Rafinha will occupy the wings, while Rodrygo will play in the number 10 position behind Gabriel Martinelli. Of course, most of these mentioned players have proven their class. Still, for a football powerhouse like Brazil, where there is often a dazzling aura that leaves fans in awe, it seems like that might not be enough. As usual, the wings remain the most questionable positions. While Renan Lodi currently plays for the 15th place Premier League team, Nottingham Forest, on the opposite side, Emerson Royal is not the first choice in the eyes of Tottenham's manager, Ange Postecoglou. In the midfield, Bruno Guimaraes has not yet transformed into the perfect version, and Andreas has only reached a phenomenon level, needing more time to prove his capabilities. In the 4 attacking positions, Gabriel Martinelli, Vinicius Jr., Rodrygo, and Rafinha share a common issue. On a day of brilliance, their performances can rival any predecessor or football genius. However, on a dull day, their usually agile feet seem to turn to lead. In other words, they have not reached the maturity and stability needed to maximize their star quality. In reality, form has been a common issue for the Brazil national team since the beginning of the season. Even with Fernando Diniz having the best options at his disposal, no one dares to assert that they will integrate well to achieve favorable results. Take the example of the Manchester United duo. Both are undergoing forgettable form at the theater of dreams. While Casemiro suddenly shows a noticeable decline in form, Antony's goals and assists this season are not impressive. Even their brightest star over the past decade, Neymar, has seen his impact significantly diminish. Neymar officially departed European football when he joined Al Hilal, a team in the Saudi Pro League. In addition, cases like Richarlison, Lucas Paqueta, Fabinho, or Matheus Cunha are not much better. All of these factors contribute to Brazil's struggle in terms of form. The previous generation of players, including Dani Alves, Marcelo, Thiago Silva, Casemiro, and Neymar, have moved on in their careers. However, the new generation of young players has not matured enough to inherit their legacy. On the wings, the drought of talent shows no signs of stopping. In history, this was once the area that produced numerous top stars from Roberto Carlos, Cafu, and Macon to Dani Alves and Marcelo. But that is a story of the past, and currently, they have to rely on players like Renan Lodi, Emerson, or even Carlos Augusto. A similar issue is also occurring in central midfield positions. In just under 6 months, familiar faces like Casemiro, Fabinho, or Fred have unexpectedly disappeared in one way or another, leaving a Bruno Guimaraes with limited experience, paired with players like Andreas Pereira or Douglas Luiz. Finally, in the attacking front, which is the main source of expectation for a team known for its powerful attacking force, they indeed have outstanding talents. But as mentioned, the journey to becoming a superstar for them is still quite long. Take the case of Vinicius Jr., a face expected to shine at this moment. Throughout his seasons at Real Madrid, he has shown tremendous potential, even being considered a future Ballon d'Or contender alongside Jude Bellingham, Erling Haaland, or Kylian Mbappe. But currently, fair to say that Vinicius Jr. is only 23, with skills yet to be perfected. Not to mention, he is still struggling to meet another challenge, proving himself worthy of wearing a legendary number 7 jersey at Bernabeu. Looking at it from a positive perspective, the lingering issues are not overly significant but could directly impact their journey to the 2026 World Cup finals. Regardless, in terms of stature and position, Brazil remains one of the top teams in the region. This is an opportune time for coach Fernando Diniz to conduct some experiments, exploring potential gems for the country, and contributing to a solid foundation for upcoming managers. However, for Diniz's players to instill fear in their opponents, recreating the golden era of Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, or Rivaldo remains a relatively distant goal at the current moment. They still have about 3 years before entering the biggest football event on the planet to upgrade themselves. After all, the future is something no one can predict. Perhaps now, they are being assessed as the most fragile and vulnerable Brazil in history. But who knows, by the time World Cup 2026 arrives, when the current squad has elevated themselves to the necessary level, Selecao fans may have enough grounds and belief to illuminate the dream they have always cherished. Once again, this is TD Sports. If you find this video appealing, please support us by liking the video and subscribing to the channel to stay updated with the latest and most exciting sports news of the day. See you in the next videos.